Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start our playthrough of The Last Caretaker. I am just going to start the new game just to get this music out the way. There we go. Now, I have played this game a bunch and I absolutely love this game. So I'm going to be covering it a lot. Now, there are other playthroughs on YouTube already. So this playthrough is going to be, I'm going to call it its only logical playthrough, because I'm going to approach this playthrough in a very logical way. I've seen lots of great big things, like people doing great big fuel depots and stuff. And yeah, I've done the same myself, but they're completely unnecessary. So I'm going to play this game through the main story as quickly as I can, but in a way that it's not too quick for you guys, hopefully. And yeah, anyway, here we are, The Last Caretaker. For those of you that haven't played this before, you are the last caretaker. You are this little robot. And your job is to grow humans from seeds at this complex called the Lazarus Complex, and then transport them to a rocket facility and launch them into space. That's it. Anyway, let's get going, because we have got a bunch to do. The approach I'm going to do...
It's quiet now, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Reconnect the power. Bring this place back to life.
So the way I'm going to play this game is we obviously do need resources to complete the game, to get to the end of the game. So the way I'm going to approach it is to every location that we have to visit, including Hangar 37, where we are now, just now, Dock 37, we're going to take as much of the resources as we can from that location. So anyway, with that in mind, let's get going. I am going to start picking stuff up. To get the power up and running, you need to collect the cables that I just picked up, these blue electric cables, and we connect the battery to the power source and flip the switch.
Good work, Caretaker. Every restored connection brings us closer to reclaiming our home. We've lingered here long enough, Caretaker. Head to the docking hangar. There's something important there waiting to show us our path.
I am going to return to this area once I level up to level 2, because at that point I get my scrapping tool. Just pop all these lights on. Dump him down there. So our current objective is to make our way to the docking hangar and to use these two machines. So I'm going to first heal up. And then I'm going to save. At this point, I'm going to actually select my save slot. I'm going to save it in slot 8. And there, we're done. Now let's head. Oh, we will pick up the little teddy. We'll talk more about the teddies and stuff in a little bit. Cut a long story short, they are memories and you need them. I'm going to grab this battery. You can call an elevator here if you want. This guy looks like he was trying to climb the ladder when he ran out. I'm going to go up the ladder on this occasion, though. And all of these sorts of things that I want to harvest the materials of, I'm just going to chuck them down to the bottom, so that when I return, they're sitting there waiting for me.
The humans you grow will not remember you. They will not thank you. But without you, they cannot exist. You do not require recognition. You require persistence. Begin the cycle. Keep the flow steady. Carry on, Caretaker.
These things are also memories, things like these little trees.
Cycle beginning. Your mission remains the same. Grow, sustain, and deliver. Lazarus pods require constant supervision. Confirm water supply. Confirm electrical flow. Ensure nutrient delivery continues without interruption. Growth must not pause.
I know I'm heading through this quite fast. The starting area will probably take us about an hour and a half, I reckon. Okay. You do have a torch, which is currently by default set to number 6. And we've got our first little enemy here, so I'm going to gather in these. Now, C is your melee attack. We do not currently have any guns. And once you've beaten that guy up, you can head through this door to the docking hangar. There we go.
There she is, your vessel. More than just metal and circuits. It's your freedom. This boat is how you'll reclaim the seas, and perhaps even your identity.
Okay, yes, so...
The dock systems are offline. Without them, we're trapped here. Restore the power, caretaker, so we can sail again.
So we have to restore the power up there, then flip a switch over there, which opens the door there. But that is a long way off yet. We've got so much to do before we ever get to that point. We've got a lot, there's so much, there's so many resources in this facility. I'm just gonna run around with my E button pressed down for this for now. If ever you're stuck for, just gonna chuck this stuff over there. You'll see why in a little bit. Yeah, if ever you're unsure of where it is you're meant to be going, these little green lights basically show you the way. Very, it took me a little while before I realized that. I'm just going to pull these over because I know this. These little batteries that I'm picking up, they're these things here. And you can add them to your holster. So I'm going to right click on it and add to holster 4. And now they're there. And basically you can use them to charge up your power a little bit. In this game, the survival mechanism is that you have to keep your health up and your battery power up, because after all, you are a robot. Okay, let's grab all this stuff. Hoover up all this. Oh, there we go. We've leveled up to level 2, which is brilliant. What we will deal with that. Oh, let's just slide that over there, actually. And hoover that in. Is that everything from here? I think it is. Let's open this door. Right, let's have a look at the level up, because when you level up, you get skills, which unlock modules. All we're going to unlock at this current stage is the recycler tool. You do also get enhancers. Now, early game, my recommendation to improve your game is to do hull mastery, which is your carry weight, battery, which basically gives you a bigger battery power, and power management, which optimizes the way you use said battery. So for the first few level ups and first few missions, you earn these enhancement points every time you level up and every time you can complete an objective. Right, let's head up here. Let me turn my head torch off, because that does use power. So here it's showing you that I need to get through there. But because there's no power, I can't currently get through there. So this little green light is pointing me in the right direction. I probably... Ooh, let's put my head torch on. Just chuck him there. We'll harvest all of this later on. Just going to do a quick little sweep round. Just holding E down here to hoover up anything that's lying about. There we go. Right. Now it's connect up cables. This cable runs upstairs. I am going to plug that in. This cable runs to the battery. Now we have two batteries here. This battery's got a tiny amount of power in. This battery's got a lot of power in. You can link these batteries up by connecting them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save this battery for when this one's dead. You'll understand why later on. But right now I'm just going to use this battery. And now I've done that, I can link this up to here. This, as you can see, needs repaired. If you hit 5, you'll bring out your wrench. You need 4 iron to do it. And there we go. You can drop this ladder. Oh, and now flip the switch.
The dock is alive again, thanks to you. Each step forward reconnects us to a brighter future.
There we
Caretaker,
go.
you were never meant to remain bound. These waters were once pathways, carrying life, purpose, and discovery. Something awaits you out there, ready to be reclaimed.
Fair enough. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to do here to really take advantage of this facility. I'm in two minds as to whether to repair some of the solar panels on the roof or just not bother repairing and just use as much power as there is lying about. Let's run up quickly and have a look at what it is we need to repair them. Even if I could repair one of them or two of them just to because there's a load of resources on this roof. But at the moment, we're not generating any power because none of this is plugged in. Just going to squish all these guys. And we'll link this up to this. We'll link this up to this. Link this up to this. And let's see what we need. You can see this one's kind of generating some power. 4.5 kilowatts, actually. This one, however, is not. Oh, a tiny amount. What do we need to repair these? See, we need... This one we can repair. So I'm going to repair this one. Can I repair either of these? No. And no. They need so much. So I think what I'm going to do is just use that one. Because I'm going to be taking all of this apart anyway. But at least that's us getting some input, some power coming in. So yeah. Now we're going to head back down. And we're going to start harvesting materials. Let's get this light on. Chuck all this down here. That can stay there because you can't actually... There are two sizes of crate. There's these little ones. And then there's bigger ones. The bigger ones you'll struggle to lift until you upgrade your lifting weight. Get this light on.
Recycling and fabrication are central to your work. Every system you maintain
Right.
depends on what you recover. Use your dismantle.
Smoggy in here. I can't say I've ever noticed that before when coming in here. It's probably always been there. It's been a while since I've been back to this starting section, so this is our recycler. Now, there are two ways to recycle things. Let me just first... You can use your dismantle tool. Now, currently, this isn't on my hotbar. Now, the hotbar in this game's a little bit weird. You've got your combat hotbar, which is 1 to 4, and then kind of like your tools hotbar, which is also numbered 1 to 4. But on your keyboard, it's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So currently, you can see number 5 is my wrench, number 6 is my torch. If I go back to tools, right click on my dismantle tool, and if I add this to number 4, it actually adds it to number 8 on the keyboard. Like that. So when I hit number 8, why they've numbered it like that, don't know. Makes very little sense to me. But hey, it is what it is. I'm sure they'll change it at some point because it's quite confusing. Now, when we've been running about, we've been hoovering up all this scrap. Scrap needs to be processed in a recycler to turn into these things, which are your crafting materials. So you can run up to a recycler, even when it's off, by the way. You can click on it and you can just hit F, and it'll put all the scrap that you've got in your inventory into the recycler. Let's power it on and let's just start scrapping stuff. Now, gaining XP in this game is done when you collect items like that. So that just gave me 45 XP there. You also do get XP for killing enemies, and you also do get XP for using your dismantle tool. So you actually get more XP if you use your dismantle tool, and then I'm just going to charge myself up a minute because I want to do a little demonstration here. To charge yourself up, connect yourself to any battery. Hold Q to wind that in. Now I'm just going to collect all this stuff and I'm going to do a little demonstration. What have we got that we can use? Right, we've got 2 of these.
Fabricate, construct.
And we've got 2 of these. Let's do a bigger demonstration than just a single item. So, these 2 items here, I'm going to dismantle and then put in. These 2 items, let's make sure there's nothing lying about there. Sometimes you get a hidden item down there. These 2 items I'm just going to throw in. My current XP, as you can see, is 291. If I throw that in and throw that in, my XP hasn't increased. And when I collect the items, I get 1 XP for every item that I collect. So I've now gone up to 296. So I gained 5 XP there because I collected 5 things. However, if I was to use my dismantle tool, this is going to do 1 metal scrap, so it will give me 1 XP. This is going to give me a metal scrap and a plastic scrap, so that's going to give me another 2 XP. And then when I add all that in and then collect it, I get this. That gave me a little bit more output because I think you do get slightly more stuff back as well sometimes. And as you can see, I've now gone up to 305. So I got 9 XP on that second one. The long and short of it is, if you use your dismantle tool, you will gain more XP. But you will also use a huge amount more power. And as power is a bit of an issue for us in this early game, we want to keep it simple. And do most of our recycling this way. Yes, we lose out on a bit of XP. We will be dismantling some stuff as well, so don't worry. As soon as I get up to the next level, I'm gonna build some chests, build some crates, and head back to the starting area with an empty backpack. You can literally recycle pretty much everything in this game, even these bits. Like this. Sometimes things are a bit fiddly to get in there. There we go. Now we've hit level 3. I'm going to run power. This here is your fabricator. You can do this just from yourself, but it uses power from yourself, and I think you use more resources. Right. I'm going to go you. We have just leveled up, so we've now got 30 enhancer points and another 6 skill points. So for the skills, I am going to unlock this, and I'm going to unlock this. These are our main 2 things that we need at this stage. I am also going to unlock this and unlock this. These are our electric cables. That's left us with 2 points. We'll leave it at that. Now, I'm also going to unlock this because it's free. And that's like a cylinder for your engine. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Now I'm going to look at my enhancers. And again, I've got 30 to use here. So, oh, did I not use any when I leveled up last time? Obviously not. Anyway, you can either hold the mouse button down and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and do it one at a time, or you can just hit E and do it in chunks of 5. So hull mastery is what I would recommend for your carry weight. Power management for your making better use of your power, and battery as well. Let's use the battery. Those are the 3 things that I would recommend upgrading early game. Because, yeah, they just make your life a lot easier. Right, now I can also make these crates. So, in the crafting system in this game is a little bit weird, but actually once you get used to it, kind of makes sense. I'm going to build, I think I'm just going to build like 5 of these just now. I probably have enough resources to do that. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to add all parts to queue, and I'm going to do that 5 times. And that'll add all the parts for those things to the queue. And then I'm going to build it here. And it will just auto take stuff. And this is just for me, just literally dumping stuff when I'm finished. While they're building, I'm going to carry on scrapping stuff. Some items are too big, like these plates. Oh, sometimes you do pick them up sideways like that, which is pretty cool. And other times you'll pick them up in weird ways. The main issue that you'll have is this one. You can spin them around one way, but you can't spin them the other way. Let's get all this stuff scrapped. As you see, here's the 2 different sizes of box. This one I can lift quite easily. This one I can't even lift off the ground at this stage. Okay. Oh. Once I've got all of this stuff in this recycler, I'm going to head back to the starting area with an empty backpack. You get quite a lot of resources from these robots, but there are different types of robot that give you different types of high-tech resources, basically. That was a fairly low-tech one because we're in the starting area. You can tell them apart by how new they look, basically.
Use your dismantle unit to break objects, then feed that into the recycler, or place entire items directly into a recycler. Base materials, metal, composites, polymers, each type different depending on what you collect. Materials prepared, fabrication comes next. Any fabrication module will shape parts, couplings, conduit seals, parts for the building blocks for modules, and modules cause a lot. In the field, you can assemble by hand, but fabrication is faster.
I do like the recycler machine in this game. I like the way they've done that. I do think that the dismantle tool uses too much power early game, but I suppose that's why they've got how you've got to make the trade-off, isn't it? How you balance your power. If your blue power runs out, it will start eating your health, and it starts eating your health quite quickly as well, so just be careful of that. I always like to have at least one of the little batteries on me, these things that I've got in number 4. I like to make sure I've got the safety net of at least a couple of those. Also, what you can do is plug yourself in. Get your dismantler tool and run around plugged in if you're close to a power source. Okay, let's go and grab this one as well. And it just means that you're not, basically you're using the power out the battery rather than out your internal battery. There we go. I don't know how much further I can reach out here. That looks like a little one. That is a big one though, so we'll get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. My cable now, if you look underneath where I'm scrapping right in the middle there, it says electric cable 20 of 20, which means that this section of cable is at its max. Now, what you can do is, and just so you know how I did that, if you're holding a cable, you can look at the ground and left click on your mouse and it'll bring up one of these and you can build it. Now, you can only build it if you have the resources. Then I can connect that to me, and I've now got another 20 meters of movement. Dismantling tool, that's another thing, is really slow progress. It really does take quite some time. What are we, about half an hour in? Yep. And we're making good progress here. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything from this area, and then I can just dismantle this again. Hoover that up, because that's a long cable, it takes a while to hoover in. I can pick this up and carry it through. Now, I am now carrying too much stuff, so I'm going to come over here Just going to hit F and F, because at this stage... Oh, let's make sure I didn't chuck any scrap in there. I've got a couple of bits of scrap. And I also want to keep some of this cable. So I'm going to keep some of the cable. Oh, there's some scrap. Yeah, I should have gone to the scrapper first and dumped everything in. I'm just going to turn these machines off because they do use a little bit of juice when you're... when they're not being used. Oh, I actually want to take a chest here, an empty one. Actually, you do get 100% refund on stuff as well, by the way. Let's just do this again. There we go. Now I've got the parts for a little chest in my inventory, so when I get back to the starting area, through here, I'm not going to use the elevator simply because the elevator uses power from the facility. I'm going to just...
Ensure nutrient delivery continues without interruption. Growth must not stop.
Something to bear in mind as well is when you're falling like that, you can still control your movement in the air currently in this build. I don't know whether that's something they're going to fix in the future. I kind of hope not. Because, well, it's very handy, especially if you jump off something high and you're about to land on your boat. There is fall damage in this game. But you can, there is a new thing here, shock absorbers, which does help with that. But that's something that we'll add later on. Right, let's get to work. We've got some bits here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use up as much of my power as I can in this area. Because remember, we've got that battery in the starting area. We're going to make use of that. Do you know what I should have done? Is I should have bought the parts for a recycler, shouldn't I? I should have learnt the blueprint for recycler. Although I get more XP doing it this way. So yeah, let's do it this way. I think by the time we leave this facility, we should be level 6-ish. Level 5 definitely, but well on our way to level 6 if we're not actually level 6. Now you see that my power is getting quite low. So I'm now going to run along here. I'm going to plug myself in. Carry on scrapping. And because I'm plugged in, I'm not losing any power at this moment. And once we've done this area, we'll head up to the roof and we'll get as much as we can from up there. We're not going to get everything, unfortunately, but we will get as much as we can with the power that we've got. That one little solar panel we repaired should be at least giving us some extra power. I mean, it won't be giving us much, but it'll be giving us something. We don't want to drain this battery dead either. Now, the good thing is that we've got plenty of juice left in this one, actually. Just to give us a little bit more range, let's plug it in the other side. I mean, I don't think that's going to make a huge difference, but anything's better than nothing. I mean, you can drain this battery dead. It's not going to matter. I just prefer to leave a little bit of juice in it. I don't think we'll ever come back to this dock. What these sanctuary docks are really good for is when you're doing work on your boat. When you're placing items on your boat, unfortunately, especially if you're in a stormy sea, the boat rocks about, so placing items in a straight line becomes difficult. These sanctuary docks don't have that issue because they're enclosed. However, this is not the only sanctuary dock. Ooh. Turn my head torch on for this a little bit, just so you guys can see. Oh, and you know, every item has very different materials. These beds are really good resources. They even have high-tech scraps and things like that in them.
Maintain the pod, protect the rack, secure continuity. Humans who grow will not remember you. They will not thank you. But without you,
There we go. We fleeced this place.
begin the cycle. Keep the flow steady. Carry on, caretaker. Cycle beginning. Your mission remains the same. Grow, sustain, deliver. Lazarus pods require constant supervision.
Nothing else? Oh, nope.
Electrical flow. Ensure nutrient delivery continues without interruption. Growth must not pause. Pod carries 20 memory stream during growth.
Now we are over encumbered now. Basically, when you get over encumbered, your movement slows down. I don't believe you ever slow to a complete stop though. Like in some games, if you just have too much in your backpack, you slow to a complete stop. I'm not sure that that happens in this game. We'll have to test that out at some point. So you can see now my movement's incredibly slow. Ooh. Let me just hoover that in.
The same. Grow, sustain, and deliver. Lazarus pods require constant supervision.
So let's build our little box. Oh, sorry. Because I was trying to put my tool away, I hit Q. And if you hit Q whilst looking at one of these things, it cancels it. I'd like to say that hasn't happened more times than it should, but I'd be lying. Can I not even get one of them in there? Nope. Are we good? All right. I think... Oh, let's have a look in here. Nope, there's more stuff in here to take. I maybe should have brought 2 chests, but I can only carry one at a time anyway. The small chests that you start with are really quite small. It looks like we're going to have to come back to this area anyway. One more run back, I think. And then we'll move up to the roof.
They will not thank you, but without you, they cannot exist. You do not require recognition, you require persistence. Begin the cycle, keep the flow steady, carry on, caretaker. Caretaker.
We'll take this.
Cycle beginning. Your mission remains the same. Grow, sustain, deliver.
There we go. No, let's power up when I get back there. Save that little bit of power for harvesting this area. Now, here's something to note. since the latest update, if I put this on the lift and try to go up, it floats through, it drops through the lift. You can get round this by placing something like a pallet on the lift and then popping your container on it like so. Now, it's not brilliant because watch what happens when we get to the top. But, I mean, it's fine. It works. Let's turn my torch off. No elevator sound, interestingly. Right, let's get this back to the recycler. Now, I believe that I can throw this into the recycler with all the materials in it. And it'll harvest everything out of it. I have not tried this yet, and it's got so much in it, I'm reluctant to try it now. So what I'm going to do is... do you know what? We'll play about with that later on when we've got a ton of resources. Pop that in there. Ooh, charge ourselves up. I'll dismantle this to take it back with me. And before I leave, I'll pop that in there. Do you know what? Oh, I can't actually learn the recycler yet anyway. I probably can when I do that. Just because we can. Oh. Let's use our enhancer points. I think at this stage I'm going to put them all into haul mastery. Get our carry weight up. Oh, I never. And for our skill, right now I'm just going to unlock the recycler. I don't need anything else at this stage. Oh, do you know what? Have I unlocked my... I have unlocked a gun. I just haven't built the gun yet. Let's do that now. Actually, no, let's not, because we don't need it back in that starting area. So let's add all parts to queue. Gathering all this stuff. Not everything? Yep. Unplug myself. You can see that battery's getting quite low in power now. Now, you can use yourself as a battery, which is what I'm going to do here, because it should be more efficient for me to do this. Hopefully. Actually, I shouldn't really be using the lift because it uses quite a lot of power. So you can see there I was using the directional bit to help me. I managed to pull myself in there to the bit, to the ladder. Right, let's build this. Pop it there. I could have brought like a power source with me, but I've got 23 of the little batteries, so... Now, what I am realising though, and I've still got juice in that battery down there, these big ones are still too heavy for me to lift in, I believe anyway. Connect it to myself. These ones are okay. Ooh, I do need to power it on. Can I lift? Is there a way of me? No, I don't have the lift weight for that yet. So we're going to have to resort to this. There actually... Oh, there is still some stuff. And there's stuff through in that other room as well. I'm going to unplug myself a second. And then I'm going to make a little pile of stuff. I don't know if it was worth bringing the recycler, but it's, if nothing else, it shows you guys that it's something that you can do. In this instant, it may not have really been worth it. Can I lift? Yep, I can lift these couches. So actually, probably was. I could also be able to carry a lot more as well, because I'll be taking the stuff back in its refined form. Yeah, actually, look at the amount of stuff here. Anything in there? No, but there's plenty of stuff through here. Well, actually, loads of stuff, isn't there? These little things, I think I'll just do them by hand. There's actually loads of stuff down here. This is brilliant. Hopefully, I believe we should have, with the battery that we've got down the hall, doing it using this recycler, I reckon we'll have enough power. Can I pick this one up? No? Yeah. Ooh. Those ones are big ones. This is quite the pile of rubble. This tends to be an approach I use when I'm at a facility. Often you're waiting for like batteries to charge or something like that. So I tend to use this approach fairly often. Or I'll just make a recycler and stick a pile of rubble next to it. And then when I have the necessary power, there's so much stuff here. This is crazy. But the good thing is, we are going to leave this dock with a huge amount of resources. We're really setting ourselves up quite nicely here. As I don't want to do many side missions, if any at all. The main side missions we will do are beacon side missions. You kind of, some of them you do as part of the main story, the first one, Beacon 49. The others you do not do as part of the main story mission. But you kind of pass them en route, so they're worth doing. They always have good loot, and they open up the map for you, which is what you need. The only other couple of side missions that we will be doing is after leaving this area, we are going to do a very small side mission, which shouldn't take long at all. Just to get some fabric, because you need a good stock of fabric for... I think that's us, isn't it? Yeah. Shout the elevator down. I'm just going to leave those just now. I'm going to go charge myself up. And then we'll process all that material. There's a little bit more power that we can take in that battery, if we need it. Okay. Plug myself in and start scrapping. These couches are quite heavy. Oh, come on. There we go. And all you have to do is just keep an eye on your energy. Yeah, you certainly don't get as much XP doing it this way, but you will get more efficiency. And I think we'll do fine for XP. As long as we're level 5 when we leave this area, we'll be fine. Which I suspect we will be. So much loot. Yeah, I'll probably be level 5 just after picking up all that stuff. Another couch, good for fabric. We are nearly done. After we've done this, up to the roof. Do a short spell up there. Couple of bits over here. Gotta watch my power here. It's getting quite low. Ooh, last one. There we go. Unplug myself. Charge myself up. I don't want to bleed this battery dry. So I'm just going to take... let's leave it at that, I think. That's left it a little bit of juice. Just to keep the lights on.
The record of your work. Each drone pod maintained, power restored,
Let's quickly. And actually, look at that. I didn't even need to make the chest. I'll just do this by hand. And the brilliant thing is, because of the 100% return, I can just scrap this. And we're done. I obviously missed a bit in the machine. That's kind of a graphical thing that happens when you miss a bit. But no, not an issue. I think I should have enough power to do these as well. Why not do a thorough job? We want as much as we can get. So let's get as much as we can get. How far are we in? 56 minutes. So yeah, half an hour to do the roof and get the boat up and running should be easy. There we go. Do you know what? Scrap this too. There we go. Right, let's get ourselves back as quick. Oh, I'm forgetting this area up here as well. So let's use a load of these. You used to be able to just rapidly hit the button to use these. Now you've got to hold the button down. I don't like that. Especially with these little ones. It's, yeah. Not my favourite. Right, just because I don't want to come back to this area. So what I'm going to do is take the resources that I favour, and plastic will be, I mean, you get so much iron in this game, it's never an issue. Plastic's a bit harder to come by. Shelves are good for plastic. Pallets are obviously good for plastic. And you're gonna want this stuff. These are good for fabric. And chairs are good for fabric and plastic. You kind of get, you learn as you go as to what's best. There we go. Now, because I'm now losing health, that's why I saved those 2 batteries. So I always knew I could prevent that happening. I'm going to save that last one. I'll probably come back here just to quickly hoover up all this stuff, if I can be bothered. Now we are quite encumbered here, so I'm not sure. I definitely want the scrap off him. The rest I'm not even fussed about. Ooh. Pick this guy up. Bunch of resources. I don't want to take too much charge out of this. I'll leave that at that just now. Yeah, do you know what? I might build the recycler on the roof and do the same. We're nearly at level 5. We are going to want another couple of... I would even go as far as to say, let's do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do another 4. I think we'll need them. Actually, I've just remembered. 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually had the parts for 1 in my inventory. inventory. There we go, level 5, which is awesome. Let's make sure these guys are filled. Just chuck all this stuff in there. Display screen, alloy frame. Yeah, that's the parts for my... Right, once these are full,
There are no shipments. No reason.
just carry them out here and lob them down there.
Drug. This is the loot. Are central to your work. Everything.
Because that's your boat, and that's where we're going to need them.
The machine will remind him.
Okay.
Parts, plates, couplings. On the line. In the field. There are no ships.
Ooh. Yeah, I may have overdone it with the amount of boxes that I made here, but it's okay. I'm sure we'll have another one that I've got in my inventory. Right, let's chuck that down there. Now let's head up to the roof. And let's see how this battery's doing as well. Look at that. Fully charged, is it? Yeah. Brilliant. So let's start using that actually. Let's get ourselves out here. Because we have that excess power now, I'm going to do a bit of dismantling up here because well, it's better XP. And it's quicker. Slightly. Although I do have that recycler in my inventory right enough. Do you know what? I think what I'll do is I'll leave that one solar panel here connected to that battery just in case I ever need it. Now, hang on. You can see here that I'm not going to get all the parts from doing this, and that is simply because I haven't learnt the blueprint for it, but we're still getting good parts from it, so I'm just going to do it anyway. Do you know what I also haven't done yet is I haven't made that gun. This guy's a bit bigger. Do I got to come round here? You kind of have to beat their legs off them first. And then the main body. I'm sure with all these parts that I'm now carrying, I should have enough stuff to make that pistol, because it's well worth making. Let's reel this in. Go and kill this dude. I do like that since the last update, they've added this little basketball game. The game was all, well, the basketballs and the hoops were already always there, but they've added these little scoreboards so that now when you get a hoop in, you get a point. And the orange balls give you the home points if you can actually get the ball in the hoop. Ooh. There we go. And the blue balls give you the guest points. It's that simple. Right, anything worth scrapping down here? We'll definitely take the robot. Definitely take some plastic. You can also collect these balls, but at the moment they don't. They're like a memory, but they don't appear to do anything currently. I thought what was going to happen when they added the basketball game, I thought when you scored a couple of hoops with it, you'd add to its memory. You'd like create the memory, if you will. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. Scrap a couple of these bits. I mean, we've already got so much from this area. I do want to keep going. You know, we've done well. I want to keep doing well. I've just realised we did actually level up a minute ago. That's good that we can now learn that. Right now I'm not going to bother with anything else, but I will do... Let's do... Yeah, I'm going to do carry weight for one. I'm going to get the battery up. And I'm going to do power management as well. Let's use that little battery I've been saving for that very purpose. But I am now out of those little batteries. Charge myself up a little bit. Oh, nope, don't want to do that. Yeah, these buttons, these cable extender points do have on-off buttons on them, which are very, very helpful. Now, in this game, there are lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of hidden areas. Now in this area, you can see you get memories and you get this cache and you get all these little batteries. There's a load of stuff in here that you get. I'm going to scrap this stuff as well. Just sometimes there's something hidden under it. Not often, but I have seen it. I'm not going to bother scrapping that. There are so many little hidden bits in this game. You'll never find them all. Do you know what? Let's go kill this dude. Why not? Bit of XP if nothing else. Right, let's go and scrap all this stuff that I've just collected. Do you know what? Let's finish gathering all this in, and then I'm going to try and make myself a gun. So yeah, we are level 5, and we're well into level 5 as well. Now the sun is going down, and at night in this game, you do get these little creatures that come out. And now I don't know. Can I? I actually can, because I think because I scrapped one. I'm going to pop one of these things here. I'm going to do that. Reel in this cable. There's a lot of stuff over here, so I think just for a bit of efficiency. Oh, I need some of the plastic for that. I'll come back to this. Let's go get us... Have I not even been in here yet? Of course, because I've not really been up to the roof yet, have I? Let's connect this up. Connect this up. Turn this on. Chuck all that stuff in. And once we've made some of this stuff... Oh, we've got a medium one and 2 little ones. Let's just use the little ones just now. Oh, there's still a load of stuff in here then to scrap as well. It's another medium battery, that's cool. I don't know what I need to keep of this anymore. I'm just going to scrap it all just now. Because some of it's from those wind turbines and stuff. Grab this. Grab this one. God, these are heavy. Let's go down here. Alright, now I'm just going to connect it to myself. Let's see, I would like to... At the moment... I'm going to make one of these guns. So, that's our gun, that's our pistol. So if we pick it up, we can pop it into holster 2. I have 12 bullets in it already. And now we're getting some extra ammo. 10 was probably a little excessive on the ammo front, but probably wasn't with my aim right enough. The reason I've chose this gun is because I know there's some pink blobs in one of these pipes. I can't remember if it's down this one or down this one. And the pink blobs don't die really very effectively to the electric pistol. Right, I think... How many bullets have I got? 60. I'm pretty sure that should be enough. Let's just clear the queue. There's another 24. Turn that off. Pull the cable out. Pull that out of there. Right, let's go and have a look in here. The pink blobs are the remains of humans, basically. And they are attracted to light. So I've got my little head torch on here. So if you do actually come across any, that takes us back down to the dock, I believe. They'll come at you fairly quickly. Right, let's check down this way. Hold down E to hoover this stuff up. We're nearly done on the roof as well, which is nice. And then it's just get the boat ready, which actually doesn't take more than sort of a few minutes. Because we'll gather up the stuff around the boat very quickly, as quick as we can. But I am absolutely delighted with the amount of resources that we are leaving this area with. Right, let's check this area out. We did get some memories there, which is awesome. Let's now head down that other tunnel. I might come back here at some stage in the future to search for other secrets. I don't want to take too long just now doing it. Now I'm pretty sure... There you go. Any more? We'll gather up all this stuff. Don't think we want to drop down there. I think that drop down takes you back down near the vent near near that recycler that we've got up and running in down below, where we've been doing all the scrapping in that room. Oh, another bunch of cash. Now, that's something I do need to pay attention to, because the cash that you pick up actually ends up going in the recycler. So all that cash that I picked up before, I've ended up recycling that, haven't I? I am not jumping down there. Actually, that might be where... I don't know where these lead. Let's... my health and my energy is far too low to be mucking about with that. Plus, I really do want to get on the boat and out of here. I feel that we've... Am I going the right way here? No, I am not. I feel that we've lingered here long enough. But we have done a huge amount of work. I mean, the amount of stuff we have found is brilliant. Right, I'm going to turn that off. Hoover up that stuff. I'm going to come around here. Start scrapping this stuff. It shows you what you need. Look, I need one of these and I need two of these. And I'm making these by hand at the minute. And every time I pick something up, it will pause that making. But it'll get there. Woo, 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 woo. These big, long bars can be a pain. There you go. Whoop. That's just got that little chest made. Oh. Chuck all these things in there. Basically as much as we can put in. Is that it? That's full. Okay. Give myself a quick charge. Oh, I have no more cable, apparently. Let's gather this stuff and then we're done on the roof. I think we've done a damn good job of fleecing this place for everything that it's got. Oh, that's wedged under there now. Oh, well. So we will leave it at that. Excuse me. Oh, that's okay. I missed that chair. Grab all this. And now let's head down to the dock. Finally. After an hour 25. We are finally heading towards our boat. Do you know what? No, I can't take that cable, but I can take this cable. I'm going to take as much cable from up here as possible. Just realised there's these bits over here, and the only thing I really need is that teddy. I'm not leaving anything behind up here that's not of any massive value. With the amount that we've actually managed to get. At this stage, I'm quite happy to do that. Get that one all into there. Pull all this apart. Keep myself charged. God, I can't help myself, can I? I should be on the boat right now, and yet here we are again. Picking this place apart. Right, okay, I'm good. Let's heal myself. Drop a quick save. Charge myself up again. Yeah, repairing that solar panel at the start was a stroke of genius. I think I've got a couple of little chests left in here, so I've done it again, haven't I? Chucked all that money in the... yeah. Oh well, it's done now. I'm gonna need some empty ones as well, so don't panic. Chuck that down there. That's probably going to die pretty soon, but that's okay. Let's grab this bit of cable. And let's grab that bit of cable. Chuck all this in here. Sorting all this stuff is tomorrow's problem. Yeah, it's another day's problem. Now, all that's left to do is for us to pick up all these resources down here. Oh, actually, take it back. I believe... Can I not lift this up? I should be able to. There's some loot in here somewhere. Bunch of loot, actually. These are an awesome find. I think this is a little new area. There's somewhere down there. There's also up here. Just collect all that. I'm not bothering right now harvesting that other stuff. Let's have a look down here. Right, let's see if I can manage. Ooh, level 6. Boom. Oh, more memories. Awesome. I think that might be a new area, but I could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong. Right, let's jump down here. First thing I need to do is get some power to the boat. So we'll plug her in. And now we've got the boat powered. Let's repair this while I've got some materials on my person. Bring all these. I'm going to bring them quite far in. And I'm not really putting them in any sort of order or anything like that because, well, I'm not keeping these containers. These were a temporary measure till I get the good containers, or the bigger. There's 3 sizes of container basically. Let's pop that in there. Oh, if I can. There we go. They're engine cylinders, and each engine can have 5 engine cylinders. Let's have a quick tour of the boat, shall we? So, this is the engine room. This is your diesel engine room, your diesel engine, and this is your electric engine. This is sort of your crafty area. You've got your recycler and your fabricator. Now, the fabricator will pull out of these chests, but the chests need to be close to the fabricator. If you stick them, say, through here, they'll be too far away. Unless that's been changed with the latest update. Maybe we'll play with that later on. That's all there is to down here just now. On the rear of the boat, you've got your net. Always just have your net down when you're moving. You've got your water pump. We'll deal with that later. And you've got your anchor. On the front of your boat, you've got some connection ports. Your front anchor. And that's really it. In here, you've got your health station and your... Let me pick that up. Your save slot. And you... Oh, I am actually carrying a few of these, aren't I? Let's drop, and drop. Oh, wow. And drop. I've got a good few of these. We'll, whoa. Pop these up here just now. And any diesel ones we find can go down there just now. Let's pick up this, another engine cylinder. Carry this to here. We'll deal with those crates at some point. Let's start fueling up. When you connect cables, at the moment this is in balance mode, which what that means is it will balance the fuel between the internal boat tank and this tank. So if this tank's empty, they'll go for half each. Now, what you can do at either end, I could have done this at either end, is you can hit F. Now that will send it all back to that tank. You're back to balance, and then this will take... Basically what will happen here is it will drain that tank, which is what we want. We don't want to leave any fuel behind. Right, let me scrap what I... need to. They're all small ones. Pick these up. Oop, nope. Pick that up. Let's scrap the big ones. a little one, but never mind. What I'm going to do here is just quickly scrap the stuff that I can't pick up and chuck on the boat. And then the rest I'm going to chuck on the back of the boat and take it down to the scrapper, and then we'll leave. That'll be us. And that'll be the end of this episode as well. That can all be chucked on. That can all be chucked on. Ooh, I am very slow. Let's just drain this by doing the F thing. Drain it onto the boat, and then I'll scrap it as well. Take whatever we can from this place. Right. Reel in this cable. Oh, my word. Grab this. Grab this. Plug this in. Do you know what? Oh, let's... Can I not put the money in there? Everything else is good. Turn that on. Pick that up. These things in here, they can stay on me. But let's put the money out of harm's way before I end up putting it in a scrapper. Oh, let's take those actually. The rest of that can stay on. I will tidy that up later. That can go there. I also have drop. Ooh, no, not that one. And drop. And let's put that in holster 3. They are like electric grenades. Pop that in there. Now we've got 2 cylinders in each engine, which is nice. Right, let's finish up here. This has taken way too long. Far longer than it should have. But, like I said earlier, we are leaving here with an absolute ton of resources. And I don't think we've missed too much. I'm sure there's a few secrets that I've not found. Guaranteed there are a few secrets that I've not found. So close. I'd have probably been better to build that one of those recyclers on up here and do it that way. Hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? Right. Let's get done. Ooh. That's weird. I have to say, this is by far the most thorough clearing of this area I've ever done at the start of the game. And I do not regret it, because we have got so much. Oh, I thought that actually went in. We are leaving here. The best I've ever left with before was 6 of these full. 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, there's 9 there. They're not all full, but they probably will be once I've done this stuff. Glory be. So yeah, maybe I've been more thorough than I should have been, but that's kind of the approach I wanted to take with this playthrough, was if I'm really thorough in every location that I go to in the main story, I will have to do very minimal amounts of side quests. That is my thinking. Probably the most time we'll spend doing this sort of thing is here and the Lazarus. The Lazarus we will do a thorough clear out of as well, mainly because it does become it's going to become our central hub. Are we good? We're good. We're done. Turn that off. Gather this all in. Wow. Okay. Last few little bits. Oh, we even got some titanium and carbon fibre along the way. Right, what's not got everything in it? What's not full? Do you know what? We'll leave it at that just now. Let's get going. Ooh, let's scrap this. Actually, no. I do need to empty my inventory, don't I? Let's just build one last box quickly. Let's finish up properly. Oh, I have not connected this yet. And once this is built, we'll leave. So I'm going to chuck them in there. Actually, I'm going to keep that on me. No, let's chuck that in there too. All of that can stay. We are good to go. Let's... Oh. Did I not open the door? I swear I opened that. No, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Actually never gets tired of opening this door. Let's go. Let's go and look at the helm of the ship. Boat. I don't think this qualifies as a ship. There's not a lot up here. You've got your Pico computer. You've got a fuel filling place and a power place, so you can charge yourself up. I'm not quite sure why that's up here, but I don't really see a need for that to be up here. To be honest, that is really handy to have up here. And then here are your control panels. Over here you've got your map. Currently there's not much to it. You've got your time of day and the weather sort of thing. You've got how much electric charge we have. We have 3.1 on the electric charge. Your fuel tank is full. You've got your wind speed, and then you've got your weather report here, wave swell and all that. And how far we've travelled is that little 0 kilometres down the bottom, your current speed in kilometres an hour, and what gear you're in, which is basically neutral, reverse and drive. Here you've got a button to toggle on and off your diesel engine and your electric engine. So for example, if your diesel was getting really low, you could select to turn that off. Here you've got a horn. And here you've got your anchor. But you can just hit space to pull your anchor up. I'm not going to run the boat in at full power. I think 66%. Because if you look, right, at 100% on our diesel, we're losing 6,000 litres an hour. That's a lot. This boat will eat through your diesel quicker than anything. So if you drop it to around about 60%,
this vessel is more than
that's
just
less
machinery.
than halved it.
It's your refuge, your home now. Sail forth, caretaker. Reclaim the waters humanity once commanded. The path is uncertain. Restoring navigational relays will illuminate our way. Beacon 49, eastward, should be your first step.
There are 2 views. And you can use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out. It's back to front. You have to scroll out to scroll in. And yeah, it's very much back to front. But it works. At this stage, we are traveling incredibly slowly because, well, we've only got 2 cylinders on the boat and they're the basic cylinders. We will be changing that fairly soon. I prefer to play in this view. It's just my personal preference.
You'll need to master basic crafting skills and generate your own resources to survive. Begin by fabricating a Lumalite solar panel.
So, we have 2 missions at the minute. We've got to learn the basics of crafting, which is to craft solar panels, which we do need to do, because it's our only way of generating electricity. And we're heading to Beacon 49. However, the next episode, even though Beacon 49 is not the main storyline, the next episode is going to be, we're going to go to this little habitat node in front of us. And the reason for that is it's just full of fabric. It's going to give us so much fabric, and I can be in and out of there in 20 minutes. It'll be a very, very small episode. So The next episode is basically going to be me cleaning out that place and me doing the luma lights, doing the solar panels. God, this boat is so slow. So 20 is its top. That's just at full throttle. We can do 20. I think you do about 42, 43 when fully upgraded. Let's drop it down to there, about 67. The weather has rolled in, so I can't really see. Oh, there's the little habitat node there. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor, which when you drop anchor, it automatically cuts your throttle and everything. And I'm going to go and save. And that's us for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If there's anything you'd like to see me do in this game, please keep letting me know in the comments. I will always try and get round to doing whatever I can. Next episode is going to be heading to that habitat node and clearing it out. It'll be a fairly short episode, and then the following episode will be Beacon 49, which is our next main storyline. These boys, you can swim over to them and get a load of resources out of them. I never bothered because you never got much from them. Plus you always had to watch for sharks. But I've heard you get more from them. You actually do. And titanium and stuff. So they are actually definitely worth fleecing now. They're definitely worth doing when you see them. They weren't before, which is why I never bothered with them. Right, let's redo the save. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will catch you at the next one.